What's going on, guys? Bizaz here, and into today's video we're gonna analyze 1000 LP Korean Challenger. In top 50 in Korea there are only 9 AD carries in Challenger, so let's see what one of the best AD carry in Korea at the moment does, what are his tricks, and exactly how he plays the game. Enjoy. He's just insane. So let's take a look at this. So what we expect here is that he's playing Lucian and he's playing with the Lux. Usually Lucian, you know, Milio, Nami, probably better supports for Lucian. You can pick Braum, Nautilus, Thresh, works. Lucian Lux is okay. It's nothing crazy. It's okay because if you get pushed on Lucian, this guy actually went for first strike with Scorch because of course he has a poke support, so he's thinking that he can actually get a lead. Also he's thinking that into Xayah Rakan it's gonna be a very active early game and he's gonna play super aggressive. So if it was so he just wants to look to play to fight fire with fire, like their lane phase is fire because they're very strong early on, and of course Lux with Comet is also very strong. I don't know why she went for heal. She's probably thinking that she has to play safe, but I personally would go ignite in this matchup. But of course they also think about that it's Ahri and Jace and Urgot, so as a Lux you feel a bit you know, a bit exposed, so to speak. We see cleanse here because it's Ahri and Xayah Rakan. Also I think the reason why he goes cleanse is because they think they go ignite, like he thinks the enemy goes ignite or even exhaust, so he just goes for cleanse. Challenger AD carry, they prefer a lot to get the cleanse. So let's see how he's gonna play. Of course he gets flat HP per runes, so I think level 1 he could start W since he actually gets first strike, but he could also start Q because Lux has E. So what I think he's gonna do is gonna just yeah, exactly, he's gonna stay on the left angle right here because he knew that they are gonna be into the brush, and right now he's not gonna step too close because all what he wants to do is that he wants to see if they started W or Q. We see that these are challenger players, so they haven't started anything. If Lucian is gonna be stupid enough to walk up right here, of course they both start W. If not, then Xayah is gonna start Q and Rakan is probably gonna start Q as well. So right here I think Lucian is gonna just Q the minions and try to poke, exactly, and then right now Xayah is probably just gonna Q the minions right here and start the Q, exactly. So this is played by the book, actually by all of them. We see that the Rakan is actually just fighting the Lux here. Lucian is very focused on walking up and just punishing the Xayah. Also, did you guys see that, like, the moment Rakan actually started Q and he used the Q right here onto the Lux, the Lucian is actually walking up and we see only clicks up, and this is not very common in like lower elo. Even in master tier a lot of people, they will click back, so he's clicking up and he is, I can already see in the first 20 seconds that he's more than master, so grandmaster, just how he's clicking and how aggressive he's playing. He knows his plan, he's taking the push, and right now since he actually gets the prior here, the reason why he's actually walking up like this is one reason. So one, Xayah has no Q for about 10 seconds and the Rakan Q is actually pretty useless. In addition to that, he knows that the Lux E is about to come up and they both can actually zone like this. This is really good gameplay by them. I don't think they should ever push this lane. I think they should only zone. They're ungankable because it's Urgot, so I don't think he personally should ward here. Yeah, exactly, he wanted to ward, but then he was like, okay, I'm not gonna ward. There is no reason to ward. He's not gankable. He has his E. Rakan double is completely garbage against, I mean, if it was Elise, I think he should have warded Elise Rakan, but Urgot Rakan, he has his E. He can potentially just 2v3. I think he shouldn't even push this. He should just zone and like look to Q the minions. There is no reason to push this if you're not gankable. You also see the jungle on the river. Yeah, this is played like by the fucking book, bro. There is like no mistake that he does. He knows when to push, he knows when to poke. There is no reason to crush here. I mean, in this specific situation, minions are pretty low, so I think he should crush and go for cheater recall. Yeah, 400 gold, it's reasonable, but I personally think that he shouldn't go for cheater recall. He has enough mana to pressure, so he should go forward and keep pressuring. Of course, if you play Twitch in this case, cheater recall is fine because you want to play the game slow, you want to play the game safe. And right here he has two options. He's either like gonna slow push 2 or 3 waves, so he can make a big wave and then crush it into the tower. The advantage of a big wave is that you can get a plates easier and you can hit the tower easier compared to if you just push this wave. Also, Lux is gonna have a very easy time to bolt them. So that's usually this is much better. In this case, if he's gonna keep pushing, I think the reason why he's keep pushing is because he saw Urgot right here, so he knows Urgot is here, he knows he's ungankable, and he probably pressed tab here. He pressed tab and he saw, hey, what I've been doing till now, I've been pushing like a psychopath. Okay, how is the farm of Xayah? 13 farm against 18 farm. Does this work? Yes. Okay, so then I'm gonna keep pushing. If the Lucian sees that Xayah has 18 farm or 20 farm right now, well, actually, I think at the moment 19 farm is the perfect farm after the 3 waves, if not, I'm not mistaken. 19 farm, so he just missed 1 minion. If he sees that Xayah has like 18 minions or 17 minions or 19 minions, this means that she can farm under the tower pretty Well, are you an AD carry main struggling to make an impact in your games? Is your damage output disappointingly low, leaving you feeling frustrated and powerless in the role you love? Introducing our specialized coaching program designed to supercharge your AD carry performance. Imagine a world where your damage, decision making and farming skills are 10 times better and the outcome of your games is no longer left to chance. Meet Chase. Just like you, he was once stuck in the same position, facing low damage and inconsistency in his games. Let's see what happened after his coaching experience, from Diamond 4 to Master Tier. Wow! And here is Jordan and Brett, both transformed into formidable AD carry after the coaching session. These success stories aren't just isolated cases, they are a part of a community of over 3,243 players who benefited from the coaching program. If it worked for them, why not for you? Picture yourself as an unstoppable AD carry. It's not a dream, it's your potential with the coaching session. Don't wait any longer, visit Visite.com, book your coaching and become the AD carry the enemy team hates to play against. And Rakan is also able to help her. So he's not going to push. But right now he sees, hey, Xayah is actually losing. Let me push like a psychopath. What's the reason to not push? I know I can kill the tower because Rakan Xayah into Lucian is actually pretty weak. And I also have the Lux. I know that I'm not gankable. Lee Sin is also end up padding towards bot lane. So we're never in any universe in this world. We're never going to lose 3v3 if I'm human and I'm using my E onto the Rakan. So this is played by the book. You guys see what he's doing right here. And I think he should keep pushing here. And the reason why he should keep pushing is because the CS lead is going to grow here, as we can see. And of course, right now he has low mana. So he could also consider to recall. But I think he should just still keep pressuring and keep pushing here. Lux is behind him, and maybe on the next cannon wave he should, yeah. So I think right now, if this guy is a real challenger, what he's gonna do is that he's gonna be like, okay, I have low mana. If I'm gonna push, I'm not gonna be able to pressure them because again, I have low mana, so I have mana only for 1 Q. So what I'm gonna end up doing is that I'm gonna slow push 2 waves or 3 waves depending on what my jungle does. If my jungle is recalling, I'm gonna 2 waves crush into recall. If my jungle is not gonna be recalling and is gonna try to check the do some investigation to the enemy jungle, I'm gonna do 3 waves into crush into potentially dive. I don't think it's like realistic to actually dive Rakan at this point with all sums, but I think this is what he should be thinking. If he's pushing, I think he's autopilot. If he is pushing, I think he's autopilot. There is no reason to push here. Yes, this is good. So this guy, I really can't fucking believe it. He is just clean. He just knows. So if I do coaching with this guy, I literally don't know what to tell him because he plays so clean. He plays so clean. It's just really insane. Just end up fighting right now. He uses EZ for the Xayah. He super good. I actually want to go more in depth on like how he played that. So he's still going up and okay, did you guys see what he did? He's actually pulling the minions to the brush as well. I don't know if he did that intentionally. Yeah, most probably. Okay, so he's pulling this. Okay, he's gonna pull like this so he can also take the aggro of the cannon. That was very subtle, but also good because now wave's coming into him and all of the minions are gonna focus one minion. So let's see what he's gonna do. So Rakan has to force to go in because Xayah is like kind of tilted right now. How she's gonna be pretty behind. Like Lucian tried to play with fire right now. They go in. Lucian didn't even E. And right now Lucian just goes for the auto attack on the Rakan. Q on both of them. He tries for the angle. And then right here, what is going to end up happening is that he's going to just kite back. And they will just walk up right here. Lucian is trying to hit Xayah only here. He does have his E. He does have his cleanse. The Lux heal actually was used after the ignite. Very good. After the ignite was done. And then here he has to flash. And I think right now Lucian just has to recall, right? Why is he staying? Why is he staying? Why? But why is he recalling in this brush? He's gonna get stopped, right? But this, why is he staying? He had non-quiver in base. He had Dirk in base. He's whatever the fuck he wants in base. So why is he staying right here? This is not good. This is not good. And why is he's doing the same mistake? Why is he recalling right here? Okay. I guess Challenger also make mistakes, man. Okay, so what we learned here, okay, he's gonna recall right now. Yeah, okay, wave is coming into him, but Lux can actually, I mean, he couldn't stay there. He's like his lane is like over. If he stays, he's gonna lose, I think, the first like 60% of the minions. Okay, he's actually gonna lose the whole wave. Yeah, that was his mistake. What we learned here is simply that even in Challenger, people make lots of mistakes. So when you see yourself making mistakes, don't be too hard on yourself because anyone makes mistakes, right? We saw this guy right here. It was kind of obvious to me. But of course, I have a lot of experience with like AD carry and coaching people. So I kind of know like, you know, the situations and I studied the game a lot. But I think he was just like underestimating. I don't think this is a lack of knowledge. I think it's just He was just bored. He was just greedy. So right now he's just gonna crush this. Lee Sin is top lane, so he is playing weak side, but Urgot is also top lane, so I think he shouldn't ward. And this is what I like, man. Look, why would you ward? Look at this. Like, why would you ward? There is no reason to ward. There is, anyways, even if this ward is not here, I wouldn't ward, because we see Urgot top lane. There is no way we get Ahri ganked because he was just mid lane like 3 seconds ago. So he's just going to push. He's just going to push. He tries to force them. He's gonna get over 6. Should he go for a ward after this? I don't think so. I think he should just hit the tower right here. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Now he's just gonna keep pushing. I don't know if this push is good. Yeah, okay, he just made a slow push. Yeah, I don't think by fast pushing this one is good. Like, realistically speaking, level 4 Xayah, when she has boots, I don't think you can touch the tower unless you crush minimum 2 waves. So I personally think that 2 wave slow push is better. But I think he's mainly thinking that he has a Lux and he can poke. He can also ulti, Urgot to a top lane. He had that cleanse advantage. So right here, he fake warded. He went towards the brush right here. And then he actually saw the Urgot top lane. Of course, right now the enemy doesn't know where Lucian is. So they see he's going on the river, and then they see they go back. So they think that they warded here, most probably. So this is a fake ward. It's good because right now Rakan is going to tell them that this is the area is warded. So if Urgot or Ahri wants to come from this area, they will probably, they will either go back to mid or try to go all the way around. This is very good. And then right now they are just keep pushing here. I mean, this is good. He doesn't have much mana, but Lux has mana. So if he just keeps pushing. So I think the reason why he's like pushing so hard is because he knows that how to play with Lux. And really, really, really nice here, the combo. Did you guys see that? So he did the fast dash. So he goes on the Rakan here. Did he do auto Q animation cancel or did he not? So he did, let's see. So he W auto E auto. Okay, so he did the W auto E like short dash, because on the Lucian there is the short dash and there is the long dash. The short dash is used if you want the maximum DPS possible. And look how aggressive he plays, bro. It's because he knows Xayah doesn't have flash, so he knows that. And right now, look how aggressive he's playing. He doesn't even care. Okay, and he got really lucky right here. He got really lucky. He's gonna recall. I like how confident he is on the recall. The only reason why he's recalling this greedy, not in the brush, is because he has a pink core. I don't think you should ever recall here outside of the brush if you don't have vision there. But yeah, he's actually going to play for static shiv. So I'm thinking that he's thinking that they have no wave clear with Talia mid lane. So he's just going to go for the static shiv. They also don't have many tanks. So Kraken Slayer is not really an option. And there is also the Essence River build as well. Now he's just going to perma push. Okay, what is he going to do right here? That's really interesting. Look at this. So he's pushing. He's actually pushing really fast. Lee Sin is making him weak side. He's going to face check. Everyone is pinging Drake. And it's interesting that he's actually walking up like this, trying to get deep vision when his jungle is top lane. Talia is probably just going to look to go top lane, because if we look at the top lane wave, this is slow push into the camel. So if Talia is human, she's hovering left hand side, she's pushing this wave, she's looking to go top lane, kill the guy, push for the herald. Camel is going to get plates, recall, probably just path towards bot lane here, because her TP is going to come up in like a minute. So if they make this play correctly, and then she's just going to push the wave, crush, then recall, then run it down bot lane, and then Lee Sin is also going to be there very soon. I think we can give up this Drake and just play from there. So I think this is like the challenge competitive play. I mean, of course, this is solo queue, so people make mistakes. I don't know why he's walking up here. There is like now he's walking up. Also, the Talia was hovering Lucian. I don't think this play is good. We see the wave top lane. So I think if this is like Gumayushi, he's checking all of his waves, and this is competitive, he should never do this. That's personal, my opinion, because of the reason that I said right here. Of course, it's solo queue. So in solo queue, try to not play with this thinking of, oh, we shouldn't. Okay, he's actually losing a lot of minions into the tower, which I kind of disagree with this ROM. So yeah, many of you are like, oh, but he shouldn't be fighting. Oh, but coach, what if I do, if you know, my team are fighting when they shouldn't be fighting? They shouldn't be a Drake. And the reality is that, okay, sure, the theory is nice, you know, you shouldn't be fighting, ignore them and stuff, but realistically speaking, if it's solo queue, people make mistakes, and it's more often than not, it's better to just hover your teammates rather than, you know, saying, oh, but they shouldn't be fighting there, so I'm gonna ignore them. Well, I mean, if you play with this thinking, you're never gonna win in solo queue, because it's just better to just embrace the chaos and play around the chaos instead of being like, oh, we shouldn't be fighting, and then you just leave them. I really like how aggressive this guy is playing. It's like, you can argue that he's playing with fire, But if you really take all of the consideration, like all of the things into consideration, Xayah is low HP. Even though this guy is like really low right now, there is no threat. Talia is pathing bot lane. We have TP on the Camel if you really want to, because the guy just died. Again, you shouldn't be thinking about all of this in your silver 3 emerald game, because of course your Camel is not human, so she's not going to TP. But you should think that the Urgot has no threat for you if Rakan is low. So there is no reason for you to back off right here. He's always, the reason why he's always like pushing like a psycho, because you guys can be like, oh, but I do this as well. I push it very hard, right? This is only because the matchup that he's playing. He's taking the plate really fast, then he's recalling instantly. He doesn't actually, he knows that they just recalled here. She just recalled here with the Xayah right here. So he knows that if he just takes one more plate, he's gonna be overextended. Why? He can actually take this plate. Urgot can't kill him, so it's not because of the Urgot. It's because Talia, Xayah is right here right now. So after he finishes the plate, he has a reasonable way. If he finishes the plate, Xayah is gonna be like here. And if you recall here, she stops the recall. She stops the recall right here, and you have to recall there. And if you think about like how the minimap works, like right now they're probably gonna get plates as well if he stays for another plate. So this is called tempo. He plays really well around tempo. This is a very easy concept to understand for challenger players. You know, I'm not going to stay for one more plate if I know that I'm going to give one more plate. It sounds simple, but this has to, like, what do you have to think in this situation? Like, after you push, you have to always like kind of think about where is Xayah. And right now Xayah just recalled. So Xayah is like right here right now. Okay, well, she's probably just waiting in base right now. And when you're getting this plate, he's thinking that, okay, Xayah is right here. She's going to come to the laning phase. But if I'm going to get one more plate, Xayah is going to be right here. And of course, if I'm going to recall right here, after I take the plate, Xayah could potentially stop my recall. If she stops my recall, then I might again lose my own plates because I have to recall again into my tower. So it really depends on where is Xayah, when did she recall, and approximately where is she at. That's how can I decide to get plate or not? Well, that's how you decide. You decide on, am I able to die here of the enemy jungle? And in this case he wasn't, because it's Urgot and he plays Lucian and he also had vision. Then second of all is, where is the enemy carry and is he able to kill me, pressure me, or stop my recall? And if the answer is yes, usually he shouldn't go for the tower. So now he's gonna get the plate, the tower, it's gonna recall, and I think he should just group mid. We have TP on Talia. The wave bot lane is pushed all the way. I think if Xayah is going to stay bot lane and push, I think he's going to just go back to bot. There is also an option to go top lane here, but I think he's going to be too isolated against Jace. He's level 10, probably almost level 11. I think as AD carry, you should just stay mid. You should stay with the support. So it's just much better. Personally, I think I would avoid grouping top. And right now, interesting that Xayah doesn't stay bot lane. I don't think she should. Why is she mid? Like, tell me, why is she mid? If she's mid, Lee Sin is almost level 10. Lucian is 10 times stronger than her. Why is she mid? There is no reason for you to be mid right here. I really want to see this guy. Is this guy autofilled or what? This can't be Challenger Korea. He's Challenger in Korea, but he's one trick pony Samira. This makes total sense. This makes absolute total sense. Samira, Varus, Zeri, and then he has 40% win rate on anything else. Look at this. Do you guys see this? This is the definition of a weak player and a one-trick pony. I guess you can argue that he's two-trick pony. Maybe you can say he's playing Zeri as well, but having 50% win rate on the best champion in the game right now, Zeri Jinx, is like very, very bad in my opinion. So I don't know why she's grouping mid lane. This is a big mistake. This is a big mistake. Lucian should group mid lane, but Xayah should not group mid lane. She should stay bot lane until she has like some items advantage. Realistically speaking, with Xayah or without Xayah, is like, look at the damage that Xayah does. Look at the damage that Xayah does. It's like, why are you here? Why are you here? I mean, I understand Lucian has 2 items. He got the bot tower. He's strong. He wants to play for objectives. But why don't we give this Herald for the Xayah's team? We don't fight here like stupid, and then Xayah goes bot, takes the tower, and then Ahri should go there. Because I agree that Ahri has TP, she should be bot lane, but not in this specific, not in this case. I feel like Korea is so weird and they break rules a lot of times, and I feel like if you have insane mechanics, you'll just move in rank a lot really fast. But I feel like if you do this on AO West, it's a bit harder. I guess this guy is a Samira player, so he's always thinking, oh, you know, if I get a montage mid lane, you know, I can come back in the game, instead of thinking, oh, but if I get 2 waves more bot lane solo XP, I can anyways come back in the game. So that's what he should be thinking about. So right now, Lucian has 1.2k gold. He didn't recall. He's gonna play really aggressive. Like he's just dashing in, and his positioning is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Like all of his dashes, all of his spacing is very nice. Let's actually watch this. So here he just E auto W Q, E auto Q auto W auto. Then he's walking really forward. He knows that Urgot has no E. He knows that he has Lux. He knows that he has Cleanse. He knows that he has Flash. So he's very free to hit. The only problem with this build is that, as you guys can see here, he is 3-0 and he doesn't have damage, okay? So with the first strike, it's a bit iffy. And I don't know what this build is with a rapid fire cannon second. I guess, of course, I get it. You know, he's thinking, oh, it's Xayah. I'm not going to be able to auto-attack her. Oh, it's Jace. They have so many champions that are range. I need rapid fire cannon. Oh, it's... That's true, but first of all, you have Camel, Lee Sin, Lux, CC, which is a reasonable engage. And second of all, you're gonna delay your power spike of Navori really hard, or even Infinity Edge if you really want to go for Infinity Edge. So I personally don't. I think he's just experimenting. He's probably with the thinking of, oh, you know, I'm gonna win this game anyways, kind of thing, which is nice to experiment. Ooh, like look at the damage, bro. I feel like he doesn't do damage. I feel like he doesn't do damage. I really feel like he doesn't do damage with this build. Now, but this guy is just really insane. Like the way he's spacing, how clean he is. Like imagine how much he practiced to get to Challenger 1300 LP. Because of course you're gonna get through Emerald, you're gonna get to Diamond, to Grandmaster, and some supports are not good, some supports are good. So you kind of have to learn to play with any support. You kind of have to learn to play with almost like any kind of playstyle in the world. Useless AFK jungle, useless AFK support, aggressive support. So I feel like this practice of playing with a bad support also helps you if you're looking back. You know, oh, when I was silver, I was playing with bad support. I don't know why he's actually hovering bot. This is autopilot. There is no reason for him to play for Ahri. She has 4 flashes. He should just hover here. This is autopilot. Look at this. There is no reason for him to do this. Either ways, there is no reason for him to play bot lane. Either ways, you're never gonna kill Ahri. Either ways, the objective is top lane. Either ways, your job as an AD carry is not to take the vision from the bot side, which is, by the way, absolutely irrelevant. You all need to get vision here. Getting vision on the Camel is not good because she's weak side anyway, so she has to suffer this game. And Lee Sin or whatever, like he has to only play with Talia and Lucian. So we can see that also AD carry challenger players, not only that they have problems when it comes to understanding the game at the fundamental level, but also they autopilot sometimes. So if you're not consistent, or if you're autopilot, don't be too hard on yourself. Oh, you know, I'm so bad, I'm autopilot, this is a mistake. Just don't be too hard on yourself. Like it just autopiloting. If this guy played 6-7 games this day and this is the 8th game, of course you're gonna be autopilot. So take breaks after like 3 games, 4 games maybe. Drink more water. So he can actually be focused. Same thing right here. There is no reason for him to be going towards bot lane. He's playing for the wrong win condition. He should be playing for the top lane. Maybe it's his duo, kind of Camel or his friend or something, but he shouldn't really be pathing there. So definitely consistency also has to do with how many games you play per day, because there are some people, oh, I played today 25 games, you know, and I'm not consistent. I don't know. We're like, okay, so you're telling me that you played 17 hours in a row. I mean, like your brain is not able to function at a 100% focus over this prolonged period. Like, did you take breaks? Did you exercise? Did you drink water? Like this thing can actually influence your gameplay, really. So I actually mean it. So gotta be very careful with how many games you play per day. I think the sweet spot, the minimum is 3 to 4. But if you have time and if you have if you're blessed to be able to play more, then take breaks, drink water, you know, get up and don't just sit for like a long period of time, so you can actually increase your win rate in league. So yeah, of course, if you truly want to get better, I recommend you to get coaching, because coaching can instantly get you better. This game is just over. Like, he's just gonna try to convert right now. He's just GGBG. So it's going to be quite easy for him to just play. Like, all what he has to do right now is make sure he doesn't get caught. And if he keeps easy defensively, I don't think Rakan, Ahri, Urgot, Jace has enough engage. I personally think that they should have dodged. I personally think that Urgot jungle shouldn't really be here with this composition with Lux and Lucian, because they have a lot of kite back, and Talia as well at the same time. I think that if you're Jace, you also pick something else right here, not Jace, maybe like a carry top laner. And I do think that they should have dodged. Again, this is again challenger, you know. In low elo, you shouldn't really be worried much about the draft.
Bowlers! If you have problems improving and getting better in the game faster but cannot afford booking coaching, on my Patreon you can access more than 627 VOD reviews, premium videos about how to wave management, mid-game macro, and tier lists that will show you the best champions to climb and to improve for your elo. And these are not on YouTube, this is only on Patreon, they're exclusive. Moreover, you can participate in the free coaching waiting list to get a premium VOD review. I'm giving away 2 free VOD reviews every single week. All what you need to do is simple 2-step process. Subscribe to my Patreon and share your OPGG and voila, you are on the waiting list. You're gonna get a personalized VOD review for any game in your match history. For just $5, you get not only the free VOD review, but a whole bunch of exclusive benefits that will supercharge your gaming experience. It's a small investment for a big return. And it's just $5, it's no brainer, right? But here is the deal, you've got to act quickly. The waiting list is already filling up fast. 55 people already subscribed to the Patreon, and there are 6 people that they already are on board, they are on the waiting list. And more are joining every moment. Now, do you want to secure your spot for a free VOD review? Go ahead on my Patreon and reserve it right now.